Part 1. The strange new housekeeper. John woke up suddenly. His heart was beating fast. He felt something heavy on his chest. When he opened his eyes, he was shocked. The new housekeeper was on top of him, looking down with serious eyes. John blinked and tried to push her away gently. What are you doing?" he asked, his voice shaky. The woman did not move. She looked calm, but there was something strange in her eyes. "I had to make sure you were safe," she said softly. John was confused. "Safe? What do you mean? Who are you?" He looked around the room quickly. Everything looked normal, but he still felt scared. The housekeeper stood up slowly. She had smooth silver hair that shone in the morning light. Her clothes were simple but different, not like any normal uniform. She wore a small badge that glowed faintly. John had never seen anything like it. "My name is Lyra," she said. "I am here to help you." John tried to understand. He did not remember hiring anyone. "I don't remember asking for a housekeeper," he said. Lyra smiled slightly, but her eyes stayed serious. "You didn't. But someone else did." John sat up in bed. His mind was racing. "Who? Why? What's going on?" Lyra moved closer again, but kept a little distance this time. "There are dangers coming. You are not safe alone." John frowned. "What dangers? What do you mean?" Lyra looked out the window, her eyes sharp. "There are forces watching you. They want something you have. Something very important." John shook his head. "I don't have anything special." Lyra's face did not change. "You do, but you don't know it yet." John's head was full of questions. He wanted answers, but Lyra was quiet. She looked tired, but also ready for something big. Suddenly, her small glowing badge beeped softly. She looked at it and then back at John. "I need to prepare the house," she said quickly. "Don't try to leave. It's dangerous outside." John wanted to argue, but he was too tired and confused. He nodded slowly. Lyra left the room, closing the door softly behind her. John lay back on the bed, thinking hard. Who was this woman? Why was she so serious? And what danger was coming? John tried to get up again after some time, but the strange feeling stayed with him. He walked to the window and looked outside. The street looked quiet. Nothing seemed wrong. Still, he felt someone was watching him. He checked the small camera near the door. It was off. John's phone buzzed suddenly. A message appeared. "Trust no one but her." He looked at the screen with wide eyes. Who sent this? Was it Lyra? Or someone else? Before he could think more, Lyra came back with a small box. She opened it and took out a strange device. It looked like a watch, but had many lights and buttons. "This will help you," she said. "Wear it at all times." John took it carefully. It felt light and cold. "Why?" he asked. "Because you don't know who your real friends are," Lyra said quietly. John wanted to ask more, but Lyra's eyes showed she was tired of talking. That night, John could not sleep. He kept thinking about Lyra and the strange things she said. Suddenly, he heard a noise from the living room. He got up carefully and went to check. He saw Lyra standing still, looking at the door. She held a small weapon that looked like a gun, but was strange and glowing. "Who is there?" John whispered. Lyra did not answer. Then, without warning, the door shook hard. Someone was trying to break in. John's heart jumped. He looked at Lyra. She was ready to fight. The door started to crack. Lyra pressed a button on her device and a shield appeared in front of the door. It was made of light but looked strong. The door stopped shaking. John stared in surprise. What was that?" Lyra did not smile. "That was only a warning. More will come." John felt fear but also a strange trust. Lyra was strange, but she was protecting him. He nodded slowly. The next morning, John woke up again, hoping everything was normal. But Lyra was already there, standing by the window, looking outside. John got up and walked to her. "Tell me everything," he said firmly. Lyra looked at him and smiled softly. "I will, when the time is right." John sighed. I don't have much time. I need to understand. Lyra looked serious again. Then listen carefully. She told him that she was not just a housekeeper. She was a protector sent from another world. She was here to keep John safe because he had a secret inside him. A secret that could change everything. John's eyes widened. What secret? How do you know? Lyra shook her head. I can't tell you now. But soon, you will understand. John felt his world changing. The quiet life he knew was gone, and his new housekeeper was not like anyone he had ever met. Part 2. The Hidden Truth. The morning light was weak and gray when John woke up. The strange feeling from last night did not leave him. Something about Lyra's silence made his skin crawl. She moved through the house like a shadow, quiet and careful. John decided he had to find out more. Who was this woman? Why was she so secretive? And why did she look at him like he was the key to something bigger? He walked slowly to the kitchen, hoping Lyra might be there, but the kitchen was empty. Instead, he found a small folder on the table. It had no name, just a strange symbol that glowed faintly. Curious, John opened the folder. Inside were pictures and papers, things he did not understand. There were drawings of stars, strange maps, and notes about an object called the core. One picture showed a glowing crystal inside a dark cave. John's heart beat faster. Could this core be what Lyra was protecting? And was it inside him? Before he could think more, a soft voice startled him. You shouldn't be looking at those, Lyra said, appearing behind him. John spun around. How did you get here so fast? Lyra's eyes did not change. I have my ways. But now you. No, it's harder to keep you safe. John swallowed hard. What is the core? Why am I important? Lyra sighed deeply. The core is a source of great power. Many want it. You have it inside you, but you don't know it yet. John shook his head, feeling overwhelmed. This sounds like a story from a movie. Lyra smiled sadly. It is real. And dangerous. Suddenly the lights flickered. The house was no longer quiet. A strange humming filled the air. Lyra's eyes sharpened. They found us. John looked around, panic rising. Who? What do we do? Lyra grabbed his arm. We move. Now. As they ran through secret hallways, John saw machines and devices hidden behind the walls, technology far beyond anything he had seen. Why didn't you tell me this before? John asked, breathless. Lyra looked at him seriously. Because you needed time to trust me. And now, there is no time left. They reached a hidden room with glowing screens. Lyra typed quickly, and a map appeared showing moving dots, tracking something near them. The enemy is close, she said. We must prepare for what comes next. John looked at her, not sure if he was ready. But one thing was clear. His life had changed forever. Part 3. The Secret Mission. The house was silent, but the air was thick with tension. John sat on the edge of a cold metal chair, his hands trembling. Across from him, Lyra stood, her eyes sharp and full of purpose. You need to listen carefully, she said, her voice low. This is not just about you, it's about a mission, one that you didn't choose but must face. John swallowed hard. I don't understand. What mission? I'm just a normal guy. Lyra shook her head slowly. Normal? No, you carry something inside you, something powerful. And because of that, dangerous people want you. Or what you have. John looked away, trying to calm his racing heart. What do they want? And why me? Lyra stepped closer. There is a device hidden inside your body. A device that can change the future. It was placed there long ago before you were born. John's mind spun. A device? Inside me? That's impossible. It's real, Lyra said firmly. I was sent to protect you, to make sure you survive. But now, the enemy knows you exist. They are coming for you. Suddenly, a sharp noise echoed outside. A window breaking. Get ready, Lyra whispered. We don't have much time. John felt fear and confusion, but also a strange new strength growing inside him. The secret mission had begun. Part 4. Training and Transformation. John woke up with a pounding headache. His body felt strange, heavier, but stronger. When he opened his eyes, Lyra was already there waiting. "Time to begin," she said calmly. "You need to learn fast. The danger is closer than ever." John rubbed his eyes. "Learn what? I'm not a soldier. I don't know how to fight." Lyra smiled slightly. "You don't need to be a soldier. You need to be ready. Your body will change, and so must your mind." She handed him a small device. It looked like a watch, but when John touched it, a soft blue light spread across his skin. Suddenly he felt energy flowing through his veins, warm and electric. "Don't be afraid," Lyra said. "This will help you survive. You have power inside you, but it's locked. I will help you unlock it." John looked down at his hands. They trembled, but he felt something new. Strength, sharpness, control. Lyra led him to a training room filled with strange machines and holograms. "We start now. Every move you learn could save your life." John took a deep breath and faced the first challenge. Part 5. The Escape and New Allies. The night was dark and silent. Too silent. John and Lyra moved quickly through the narrow streets, their footsteps echoing in the empty alleys. Behind them, the faint sound of engines roared closer. "They found us," Lyra whispered. "We have to disappear now." John's heart pounded in his chest. Every shadow seemed to hide danger. He glanced at Lyra, whose eyes scanned the darkness with sharp focus. Suddenly, a bright light flashed ahead. A drone hovered in their path, its sensors glowing red. "Stay close," Lyra said, pulling John behind a rusty door. The drone beeped and scanned the area, then moved on. John let out a shaky breath. "We can't run forever," he said. "We need help." Lyra nodded. "I know someone. But trusting new allies is risky. They could be friends or enemies." John's mind raced. Could he really trust anyone now? Or was he alone in this fight? They reached a hidden underground bunker. Inside, dim lights flickered over faces John had never seen. Humans, aliens, and something in between. One stepped forward, a tall woman with piercing green eyes. "Welcome. We've been waiting for you." John felt a mix of hope and fear. His journey was far from over, but with new allies at his side, maybe, just maybe, he had a chance. Part 6. The Final Confrontation. The sky burned red as the sun set behind the ruined city. John stood on the rooftop, heart pounding like a drum. Around him, the air buzzed with tension. "This is it," Lyra said quietly, her eyes cold and steady. "No more running, no more hiding." John looked at her, trying to steady his shaking hands. "Are we ready? Can we really stop them?" Lyra smiled, just a little. "We don't have a choice. If we fail, everything is lost." Below, the enemy forces gathered like a storm. Armored soldiers, strange machines, and flying drones. They moved fast, hungry for the power inside John. John felt the strange device inside him pulse. It was like a heartbeat, alive and growing, stronger. Lyra handed him a weapon, a small but powerful gun that hummed with energy. "Use this wisely. Trust your instincts." The first shot rang out, breaking the silence. John's training, his new strength, and Lyra's guidance all came together in one moment. He dodged, fought, and pushed forward. But the enemy was clever. They had secrets of their own. Just when John thought they had the upper hand, a shocking truth was revealed, one that changed everything. Art 7. A new beginning. The battle was over. Silence settled like dust over the broken city. John stood alone, his body tired but his spirit stronger than ever. Lyra approached him slowly, her face soft but serious. "It's finally done. The danger has passed." John looked around at the ruins, the shattered walls, the empty streets, but also at the rising sun painting the sky with colors of hope. "So, what happens now?" John asked. his voice quiet but full of questions. Lyra smiled, a real smile, this time. Now you choose your path. You have power, but also responsibility. John nodded, feeling the weight of the journey behind him and the road ahead. Will you stay? He asked. Lyra looked at him, eyes full of something John had never seen before. I will. This is my home now. Together, they walked forward into the new day, ready to face whatever came next. Because every end is just a new beginning. Partio. Partly unseen. Threat just when John thought it was over. A quiet beep echoed from the device inside him. He frowned, feeling a cold shiver run down his spine. Lyra looked up from the horizon, eyes narrowing. That signal, it means trouble. John held out the device. The small screen flashed red. A new message appeared. You are not safe yet. Suddenly, the ground trembled beneath their feet. Far away, a shadow moved. Something big, something unseen. John's breath caught. What is that? Lyra's face grew serious. A new enemy. One we never expected. The fight was far from over, and this time no one was ready.